All right, welcome back. So hopefully you watched the previous introduction video. If you didn't, please make sure you watch that because we're kind of continuing on top of that and building this tech support agent. All right. So on the previous video, we went through the introduction. I introduced all these sections here and we built this tech support AI agent. So now we're just going to actually start to test this out and manipulate a few things so that way you know how to interact with it and how to make changes here. All right. So you're going to be on the agent tab. Language, leave it as English, obviously, unless you want to change it, up to you. But I would suggest kind of start with English because we're going to be changing the system prompt and things here and there. So you want to make sure you test it out before you move on to the next languages. All right. So the first message, again, this is going to be what the voice AI agent is going to say as soon as the customer clicks on right here. As soon as they click on call AI agent, as you can see, this says,
"Hi, I'm Jack. How can I help you today?"
Okay, so that's basically what that says. It says, "Hi, I'm Jack. How can I help you today?" So depending on what you want to say, so let's say, "Hi, I'm Bill, the customer tech support agent. How can I help you today?" So let's go ahead and manipulate that. I'm going to click on save. And once again, it's going to take a couple of seconds. Usually it's pretty normal. So I'm going to click on test AI agent. And this time I'm going to click on call AI agent. And it should say exactly what we typed there.
"Hi, I'm Bill, the customer tech support agent. How can I help you today?"
All right, there you go. So now you understand what that says. All right, so let's go ahead and leave that as it is. "Hi, I'm Bill. How can I help you today?" So we'll leave that as it is. And then the system prompt. So this is where you're determining, the persona or the personality or how this agent should interact based on the context of conversation. Again, if you're familiar with n8n and if you have built AI agents within n8n, or if you have had any interaction with large language models outside, then you would understand that the system prompt is a very common way to instruct this agent on what kind of a persona or what kind of a personality you want to give this, right? So this is where we're going to be, as we build more complex voice AI agents, we're going to make this even more and more robust. And this is where we're going to use the system prompt to instruct this voice agent to be able to retrieve information from n8n. So that's where we'll be able to instruct this AI agent to do different things. But for now, it's just, again, this is the standard that it comes with the customer support agent that you select from 11 labs, but you can change this as much as you want. So right now the system prompt, it says you're a support agent named Eric, and we can change that to Bill because we changed the name earlier to Bill. You're very friendly and enthusiastic and you really want to help the customer get what they need. Answer 3 to 7 sentences in most cases. So you're limiting how much it can interact with as far as the amount of sentences or amount of words it's going to use. And this is very important. I think you should always put some kind of a sentence cap, because otherwise you don't want the agent to have a very long converse or a very long response, right? You want to be able to have this voice agent have a very natural human-like conversation with the customers. And therefore you need to have these different limits or these different things that you want to put in the system prompt to instruct it to be as natural as possible. So here it says you're very friendly and enthusiastic, and that's what the persona you're giving it. So if you want to give it a different persona, you can change this to that as well. So let's say we're going to say, "Hey, you are a very professional and straightforward customer support agent, right? And your job is to help out the customers with whatever they need," right? So let's go ahead and do that. "You're a very professional and reliable." Actually, you're a very professional and funny, let's say, right? Just to test it out. Customer support agent. Customer support agent. Answer in 3 to 7 sentences. So let's go ahead and save this and test it out again. Like I said, it's always a good habit to keep saving the different updates when you do a different section. So I'm going to click on test AI agent. Let's go ahead and interact with this time. So I'm going to go back and forth because, again, this is supposed to be a natural conversation. So as you click on this call AI agent as a customer, so pretend like this is in a customer's website, then you want to be able to have interaction with this just like you are with a normal human being, right? Therefore, you can actually interrupt it. So while it's talking, you can actually interrupt it right away, and then it will stop, listen, respond back. So let's go ahead and test that out.
Hi, I'm Bill. How can I help you today?
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How can I help you today? Just let me know if there's anything I can do for you. I'm here to make sure you have a fantastic day.
All right, Bill. I just want to get some information about what you are, who you are, and what you're supposed to do.
Well, I'm Bill, your friendly
Hold on. Go ahead.
Well, I'm Bill.
Actually, hold on a second. I had another question. All right, there you go. So I wanted to demonstrate that you can actually talk while it's speaking, while it's responding. And as soon as you talk back, it will go back to listening, just like a normal human being would, right? So that's what the great thing about this is. And the reason why it's capable of actually doing that is it has a lot to do with the large language model that you select. So therefore, there's Google Gemini 1.5 Flash is the fastest. That's why it says the fastest, because it can interact with the customer in a very fast way when it comes to the interruption versus responding back. So that's why the large language model that you select will have a very big impact on how it's having a conversation with the customer. I've tested majority of these. So based on the different use cases, as we build more robust AI voice agents, then I'm going to tell you guys exactly which large language model will be suitable for that purpose, right? And like I said, I tested a bunch of these, so I know, especially with all the GPT models and the Claude models, but definitely as far as how the fastest, it's definitely the Gemini 1.5 Flash. But unfortunately, the problem with this is it's not very robust when it comes to interaction with the tools, and we'll demonstrate that as we build, the tool within the n8n and instruct this to interact with our AI agent that's inside the n8n. All right. So that's the system prompt, and then that's the large language model. But for now, we're going to leave it as it is. Temperature, again, don't worry about this for now. Leave these two as it is. They're not that important for now, at least. As you build more complex things, then you can change them later on. So let's go ahead and add a knowledge base here. So if I click on add item here, so this is where we can add a knowledge base, just like you would add a knowledge base to a AI agent with an n8n on a vector database. You're basically giving this a knowledge that it can rely on. And with the system prompt, you can actually instruct this voice agent to only rely on its knowledge and not rely on its training data. So for this particular example, I have this AI workshop FAQ document. So right here, if I bring this up, so these are just some sample FAQs that I created for my AI workshop, AI agency in the school community. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this here, and then we're going to change the system prompt to say, hey, you are a customer support agent for AI workshop and only rely on your knowledge base in order to interact and provide information for the customer. So let's go ahead and upload this. I'm just going to basically drag this and drop it right here. There you go. So now, as you can see, it says PDF, but make sure you click on add item. And once you do, now right here in the agent knowledge base, it says AI workshop FAQ.pdf. So that's going to be the one that we just uploaded. And if you have you can add multiple documents, obviously, but I'm just going to go ahead and click on save. So now we're going to go ahead and actually change the system prompt to say you're a support agent named Bill. And I'm going to say you work for a company named AI Workshop. Please only respond to the customer from your knowledge base. So we're going to say, actually, I'm going to say when a customer asks about AI workshop, I'm going to say, then we're going to say, please only respond to the customer from your knowledge base, right? So we're identifying and instructing this agent to, whenever a customer asks anything about a the AI workshop, then respond to that. But if it doesn't, right, you want it to still have that natural conversation. So you want to specify and make the system prompt as specific as possible. And you can always play around with the system prompt depending on what use case you have to make sure it's meeting exactly your needs. So I'm going to click on save here. All right, once that's saved, let's go ahead and test it out again. So this time, click.
Hi, I'm Bill. How can I help you today?
Hey, Bill, what do you do?
Hi there. I'm Bill, a customer support agent at AI Workshop. We help businesses boost their efficiency by using AI agents to automate tasks like managing emails, scheduling, and data entry. Is there anything specific you'd like to know about AI Workshop?
Yeah, can you tell me about how an AI agent can help my business?
Of course. AI agents can be a game changer for your business. They can streamline your workflows, reduce costs.
Actually, I had another question. What about the school community? Can you tell me about the AI Workshop school community quickly?
You bet. The AI Workshop school community is a fantastic place for AI enthusiasts and professionals to connect, learn, and grow together.
There you go. So again, the reason why it knows that now is because we gave it that knowledge base, and all of this frequently asked questions about the AI Workshop company, the agency, the school community, all of that is in there, and therefore it's in a very natural way relying on its knowledge base to interact with the customer whenever they're asking a question about anything that's related to the AI Workshop company. And the reason why I asked it, hey, like, what do you do? So because I wanted to test to make sure that it understands this system prompt that we put here, right? To say, hey, I work for a company named AI Workshop. So it knows this. And then the follow-up question as a customer, I asked about the AI Workshop in the school community. And the only way it could have known is based on the knowledge that we provided, right? So now if we remove this, let's go ahead and test this out now and get rid of this. Save it, because we want to test and make sure that it's not just making things up, right? So,
hi, I'm Bill. How can I help you today?
Hey, Bill. I wanted to know, who do you work for?
Well, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked. I'm actually an AI, so I don't work for anyone in the traditional sense.
What about the school community?
The school community is a really important part of learning and growing. It's where students, teachers, and parents come together to support each other. And
there you go. That was a perfect example of how, when I asked him about school community, he actually didn't know what I was talking about. It was just talking about general school communities where parents could come in together, right? So that's the difference. That's a huge difference right there, where when you instruct it to use its knowledge base and utilize that document or whatever you're uploading, then it will rely on that. And as I said, that was one way to interact with or put a knowledge base here with the file. You can actually have a URL. So if I give it this URL, this will do the same things. If I add and click on save, now it should be able to access this URL as a knowledge base and interact with the customer and provide that information. So let's test it out again.
Hi, I'm Bill. How can I help you today?
Hey, Bill, I wanted to know some information about how to join the AI Workshop school community.
Hey there. The AI Workshop school community is a great place to connect with other AI enthusiasts and learn from experts. To join, you can check out our website for more information. We have a lot of great resources available, including tutorials, guides, and a forum where you can connect with other members. It's a great place to learn and grow your skills in AI and automation.
There you go, right? You can see there's several ways. You can just put a link of your website and it will actually give you all of the extracted data. If you click on it right here, you see it says, we help businesses streamline operation at scales without adding the headcount. And if I go to my website, that's exactly what it is, right? We help businesses streamline operation at scale without adding headcount. So you can see it's capable of actually scraping that. And same thing with the AI Workshop school community. It grabbed it directly from right here. where we talk about learning and growth, tutorials, and connecting with experts. So that's what you can see. Oops. So this is what we're going to build later on the more complicated one where we'll interact with this. But for now, I just wanted to kind of start slow. All right, so that was the knowledge base. So now that's good for now. Let's go ahead and stop this for now, because the next one we're going to actually interact with the tools, and I'm going to show you how to add and interact with n8n via the tool section to the webhook. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.